Hi, I'm Jennifer Bringle, Senior Editor of Casual Living, live at the High Point Market. I'm here today with Alan Gant Jr. He is the chairman of Glen, which is the parent company of Sunbrella and several other brands. He's also being inducted into the American Home Furnishings Hall of Fame this market, which is huge news. So thank you so much for joining us today. Just to get started, we see, especially this market, I think, that, the blur between the indoor and outdoor room is so big, and I think performance fabrics have really led that charge. Why do you see that happening so much nowadays?
Well, I guess there are three really key words, but first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to do the interview. It's really exciting, and I really appreciate what Casual Living brings to the industry.
Thank you.
It's really great to have the editorial pieces that you all have, and the candid perspective that you give to the industry is really fantastic.
Thank you so much.
But the three things that we think about constantly are the design of not only furniture but fabric,
right,
the performance of both the frame and the fabric, and then also the innovation that's being brought to place.
Right.
I'm looking around the marketplace all the time, and I see innovation after innovation after innovation, and change.
Right.
And you really have to be prepared to do that. So putting together those three things of design and performance and innovation should allow every indoor application to have the same resistance to weather and sunlight and other things that would affect the outdoor.
Right.
And so our move to bring outside indoor is very purposeful,
yeah,
and one that we want the performance of the entire feature, the
right,
frame as well as the fabric, to live and live well wherever it might be.
Right.
And so it's so really important to keep those perspectives when you're thinking about, well, am I going to put this chair in the living room or in the dining room,
right,
or is it absolutely going to be outside as well?
Yeah. Well, in Glen, you all have been around since, it was 1880, is that when it was founded? By your grandfather, which is incredible. How have you adapted as a company to sort of move with that trend, from it just being an outdoor performance fabric to it being a whole home sort of textile?
It's really been an incredible journey, because the first fabrics that we made were out of cotton, and they had really no performance factors at all.
Right.
They would hardly last 6 months outside when you really put them out there. And then in 1960, we began to apply synthetics to the Sunbrella brand, which we brought out in 1960, and performance has become our absolutely stay. And it's been that way now since 1960. This is not something new for us, but the combination of design and performance certainly is new. And we continue to look for technologies that will allow us to continue to grow those warranties.
Right.
On the outdoor side, we do 10 years. On the indoor side, we do 3 and 5, depending on the application.
Right.
And it's just, you have to continue to be able to change. And I think one of the keys to Glen is the fact that we are committed to change.
Right.
We are committed to innovation.
Absolutely.
And just like if I read your magazine 10 years ago and I read it today, it's almost a completely different magazine.
That's very true.
In some aspects. And so that ability to change and innovate really makes the difference.
Yeah. Well, being inducted into the American Home Furnishings Hall of Fame is such a huge honor. What does that mean to you and your company?
You're very kind. I would tell you that Glen and myself and Sunbrella, we're very blessed. And it's not about me, it's about our entire team.
Yeah.
It takes a whole village to make a community, and it takes a whole team of people in order to bring the kind of innovation that we want to bring to the marketplace. Right. The honor that you give to us, we would return, and because this is a wonderful industry.
It is.
The furniture industry has been spectacular for no less than 300 or 400 years.
Right.
And it's something that we use every day. And how do we make it innovative, and how do we make it creative for the user, and also performance driven and design driven. So you're very kind, but I will tell you that Sunbrella and Glen are humbled by this award, and I really accept it on behalf of every single associate that we have.
Yeah.
And it's our team that make the difference. I just get the opportunity to to watch from afar and,
Right.
and see the great job that they do. It's really fun to be with an inspirational team like that.
Yeah, well, you definitely have a fantastic team. You know, kudos to you all for that. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. And stay tuned for more live updates from the High Point Market.